Now, if your bathroom ceilings look like this, where the paint is just bubbling and chipping and it's just peeling off, then most likely that's caused by high humidity. A lot of times you can contribute this to an old or a faulty vent. In this case, it was just an old weak vent, which we're gonna have to end up replacing. But let me go ahead and show you how you can fix this and make sure that once you paint it, it doesn't chip and bubble again. The first thing you wanna do is remove all the loose debris, and you can use a 5-in-1 or you can use a spackle knife, whatever you have available, but you wanna make sure that you remove all of the chipping paint. You wanna get everything off that's loose. So you might end up with a big patch that is missing paint, but don't worry about it. We're gonna fix that. The most important part is that you get rid of everything that's loose. Now, while you're doing this, you're gonna expose a lot of the drywall that's underneath, but don't panic. That's all part of the process. Now, for the next step, we're gonna use a special primer. This is a peel stop primer. Now, we're gonna take this peel stop primer, which is sort of like a glue, and we're gonna go over all of the spots that we just removed, and we're gonna glue everything into place. I use a paintbrush and a mini roller to apply it, and it kind of looks like skim milk. But once it dries clear, but it's really shiny. You can see where you applied it because it has like a shiny finish. Now it takes about 30 minutes for the primer to dry, and once it's fully dried, you can go ahead and spackle over it. Now in the corner where I had to remove some of the old tape, I went ahead and used some mesh tape to replace it. Now, it's debatable whether mesh tape or regular tape is better. Personally, I like using mesh tape, but it's personal preference. I never had a problem with mesh tape, but you definitely want to put a piece of tape up there. If not, you're going to end up with separation and cracks again. Once the spackle is dry, I'll go ahead and sand it. Then I apply a second or third coat, however many coats I need to get it to where I want it, to where it's nice and smooth. Now, once I think I have everything nice and smooth, I'll go ahead and use a multi-purpose primer and prime the entire ceiling. Now, keep in mind that it's really important that you don't skip this step. So you actually have to use a primer to seal all those patched areas, because if you introduce humidity and moisture in the future, what's going to happen is those areas, the patched areas that haven't been sealed, they're going to bubble and peel again, and you're just going to have to start all over again.